Saskatchewan Roughriders running back A.J. Ouellette here with us on the Piffles Podcast. A.J., first off, thanks for the time. I do have to know one thing really quick before we get started. When was the last time someone called you Austin James?
It's been a while. Probably a few months, I'll say. It's probably been brought up, someone making fun of me. Yoshi likes to bring it up. But yeah, it wasn't a name that I got yelled at too much for. Like, my mom didn't just yell Austin James. She just said, "I'll get your dad," and that meant stop.
That was the threat enough.
Yeah.
I've actually been with my wife for over 16 years now. Her cousin's name is AJ, and I won't lie, I don't actually know what it stands for. I think the J is for John. But just off that really quick, do some of your closest friends not have a clue what your full name is?
Nope, not. I always tell them, they're like, what is AJ? I'm like, dude, if I tell you, I gotta bury you somewhere. But yeah, most of them probably know now, but there's still some that probably haven't heard it.
So the off season hits, you have this incredible body transformation where you dropped, 20 pounds and got, for lack of a better term, absolutely shredded. How do you see this translating to the field in 2025?
Yeah, just a little bit lighter on my feet, run towards grass, not people. I'm still going to have that same mindset that I've always had. I can't just change the way I look at the game and play the game, right? But just extending the career, so taking a little less hits and just being a little smarter out in the open space. I did gain a little bit of weight back. I didn't want to come in at 200 pounds. It's not good, my mentality. So I'm going to be sitting around probably 208, 210 for this season, better than last year, showing up around 218, 220 something.
I will say this, there's a massive difference between AJ Ouellette around 200 pounds and myself around 200 pounds. We are not the same. I do have to also ask, this is a big year of change in Ryder, or last year, sorry, was a big year of change in Ryderville, but this year brings a lot more continuity to the team. How big is that to have in the organization and from you specifically, including, having Andrew Harris back to guide you?
Yeah, well, first for the team, I mean, the best teams are brothers out there, right? And it's hard to get a brotherhood in a short amount of time like we did. We had a great team, and we were meshing very well at the end. But another year of the right guys in the right positions, learning from the same coaching staff, and just kind of learning everybody's tips and tricks when it comes to teammates. Like offensive line running backs, they have to have a good chemistry, and I believe we were getting there. And then bringing in Andrew, just a running back who's played the game a long time, and I've played 2 seasons with him. So I'm not afraid to say what I'm thinking to him, and I know he's not afraid to do the same. So it's going to be a good group that we have, and excited to have him work his magic on me.
Now, what was your initial reaction when you found out that Andrew Harris was going to be the running backs coach?
Well, I talked to Andrew in the offseason a bunch, and we were chatting it up, and he's always talking about, he's like, dude, I freaking miss football. This corporate stuff is, I don't know if it's for me. So it's a good job, but I don't know if it's what I need to be doing forever. And I always goof off. I'm like, man, I think you got a couple of years of playing left in you if you want. And he goes, I think I'm going to talk to someone about coaching. And so I kind of had some hints in there before it was dropped to everyone else. And I told Coach Mace, I said, this isn't our era. This is a freaking takeover. We're just taking over, because I'm sure the Winnipeg fans did not appreciate us taking their golden boy.
Now, I won't lie, in Ryderville, he's not one of the most well-loved people. Obviously, with his history with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and had some pretty damn good games against the Riders in his career. But what's he going to bring to you and to the team in this role?
He's got a mentality of hard work. Just show up and go to work every day. No days off. But he's always looking to improve the run game. what do the running backs need to do? He'd always bring it in, watch himself, watch us on how to press a little bit farther to the aiming point, if we need to bend it back a little bit more, or if we just need to change up the scheme. If we need to add in a new play, whether it's gap scheme or something that we need to throw in during the middle of the game. So I know he's not going to be afraid to voice his opinion to Coach Mueller, and I think they're going to be good button heads sometimes, but I think you need that in the coaching staff.
Now, speaking of running backs potentially from the past, who was your favorite running back or player growing up, and somebody that you really wanted to model your game after?
I grew up a 49ers fan. Frank Gore was the, Mr. Reliable. I don't know how many consecutive 1,000-yard seasons he had, but that was the style that I felt like I emulated the most, maybe because I grew up watching him the most. But in my time, you show up on Friday nights getting ready for a high school game, and you're throwing Adrian Peterson highlights on. So Adrian Peterson was probably the one that I looked at the most, because that was his killer seasons when I was growing up. But Frank Gore was probably another one.
As a Packers fan, I'll forgive you for naming 49ers and Vikings. We'll let that one go.
Well, I mean, the Packers, I don't like them too much, because I showed up there for a tryout. They kept me an extra day, told me I was going to sign a contract, and then sent me to the airport the next day. I was like, I didn't even get a chance to step on the field, but okay.
Oh, Steve, he's being nice to your team right now.
He's being very nice to them all.
Yeah.
I want to ask about Trevor Harris. You guys drove up here together from Ohio again, just made the drive a couple days ago, I think. What's he like on a long road trip?
I don't really see how the community sees him, but he's the exact same locker room, field, in the car. I know the first year, it was like our second time ever actually talking face to face, so he didn't let me drive. He never said why he didn't let me drive. He just drove like a robot the whole time, but I actually drove this time. He's cool. Throwing some music. He's always calling someone. So our drive up, he called all the draft picks, welcomed them. So I got to give him a little shout out, yell at him. And then he called some retired teammates, called his wife 1,000 times, which is awesome to see. Called his parents 1,000 times. So he's always on the phone, always talking to someone. He's just a good person.
So who controlled the music then on this ride? Was it you?
It was back and forth, because he liked to brag that he upgraded his playlist from 5 songs to 10 songs. So we listened to his 10 songs a couple times through, and then I took the aux, and I don't know, I got 2,000 songs. I just hit shuffle.
You guys being Ohio guys, how influential is he on you as a professional football player?
Yeah, I mean, I think I look more into how long he's played and how successful he's been, and what kind of leader he is. So how the locker room looks at him, and how everybody kind of rallies behind him. So I try to take pieces of that, and then we always just kind of lean on our Ohio roots. So we say small school Ohio football is a little bit different than other areas in the U.S. So we lean on that. We always talk about some of the powerhouses that are in the small school football, and the blue collarness that comes with being from Ohio. We're trying to keep that going there. Just keep people working.
So last year in your introductory press conference here in Ryderville, you said that you studied Corey Mace. How so? What did you mean by that?
Just his ability to rally guys at the right time. So he's not one to choose someone out, but I've heard him do it. So there's certain times where he can choose someone out, he can build someone up. I think he just has a good instinct on when someone needs something. They could be doing everything wrong, but it's because they have something messed up in their life right now, and he's just building them up. And then his ability to manage football and his family, and to make sure everything's kind of falling in order. I kind of just studied him, and that was the coach I wanted. Hopefully for a few more years as well.
I heard that you mentioned you want to be a coach one day, or you'd like to be. Has that always been a thing that you've wanted to do?
I've always liked football. And when it comes to coaching, I don't know if I'll be a football coach. I love football, so if it happened, I would not hesitate. But I own a sports performance gym in Ohio, so that's the kind of coaching I kind of look at in just trying to develop athletes, not necessarily football players or basketball players, but just developing athletes. Because I feel like in today's world, everybody tries to develop as a football player or like as a running back. I want to develop but they're 14 years old and they still just need to be an athlete. So that's the type of coaching I think I see my future being. But who knows? Maybe there's a running back position that opens up for me in 5 or 6 years, not anytime soon.
One of our Twitter followers, Whitney, says she has a little super fan of yours at home. The super fan doesn't have a question, but did want to say thank you for being an amazing inspiration and mentor for people of all ages. Apparently, you bring so much light to the life of this young football fan, and the quote that he lives by is "Life happens, football helps," and AJ is helping him every day. When you hear something like that, what's your reaction, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's why we play the game. As a little kid, I looked up to all the professional athletes, right? I even looked up to the high school athletes when you're at that age. So to all the high school athletes, college ones around, they're looking at you. So make sure you're someone worth looking up to in the community. When I hear that, it warms my heart because this kid's been through so much. He just had a surgery a few days ago. And the last 2 days, the doctor told him it was going to be the worst. And just getting updates from him not feeling the best. But I just try to encourage him to, hey, get outside, see if the sun will help. Just trying to give him some encouraging words. Kind of relate to some of my surgeries. They're nowhere near what he's going through. But just trying to give him something to look forward to.
And now looking at ahead to this year, what can Ryder fans expect to see from both AJ Ouellette and the team as a whole going into 2025?
We're just more confident because we know each other. Like I said, we got another year of building, another training camp about to happen of just kind of meshing, getting to know each other a little bit better. And this is my contract year, right? I approach contract years as a do or die. So like no survivors, just go day by day and give it your all. So they're gonna get the best from me. I don't know how long it'll be, if it'll be a few years or just this year, but they're gonna get the best from me.
Mark Mueller is going into his second year as offensive coordinator. You guys are growing as an offense together year after year now. What are you looking forward to the most out of Mark Mueller's offense this season?
Yeah, he's just he's going to be more confident, like I said, with the rest of the team in his play calling. I just love how when he has a play dialed up, he has a reason why, and he can explain it to you. So I have confidence in the play that he has, especially if he tells me a fine detail to do if he calls this play. And he tells every player there's a certain play or 10 plays in a game that he's like, if I call this, I want you to do this, if you see this, do that. So just like, I call him a nerd from how freaking smart he is when it comes to the offensive scheme. And he's a great offensive coordinator to have, great coach to have. Excited that he gets to work with Trevor because he actually kind of gives it to Trevor a little bit. He's not shy or anything. He riles him up a little bit.
Couple fun ones for you here before you have to get going. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about pro wrestling. Obviously, you had some indie shows when you were with the Argonauts. Obviously, that's not happening right now. But who's your favorite pro wrestler currently, and who was it growing up?
Currently, man, I'm going to give a shout out to Channing Decker. He was my tag team partner there in Toronto, so he's my favorite currently. He's actually going up the ranks. He's talking about coming out here maybe in December because he was asking when I could partake in wrestling again. And I was like, when my contract is up, possibly. So he might be coming out here for a show. And I told him, I said, if anything, I'll just show up on the ring. I'll cheer you on. I'll give you a Grey Cup ring after we win, and you can hit someone with it. But growing up, Stone Cold was probably the guy I watched the most. And then once high school football, college football kind of took over my life, I kind of got away from wrestling, but I still enjoy it. And I'll tell you, it's more stressful getting ready for a match than it is a game.
How so?
It's just like trying to remember everything and trying to just not look stupid out there, because like all eyes are on you and the other guy. And then in football, I've been so prepared, and you put in a week's worth every week to go against your opponent. So you're pretty dialed in and confident in your game plan. But when it comes to wrestling, I showed up 2 hours before the event started. They told me what I was doing, and I was like, shoot, okay, don't mess this up.
And last one for you. I have 2 dogs myself. I know you have Chief and Onyx. Let's hear about them.
Yeah, so Chief, 8-year-old Husky, and then Onyx is a 4-year-old German Shepherd Golden Retriever mix. Chief, I bought 2 days after I had season-ending foot surgery in college. So I don't know who thought it was a good idea for me on pain meds to buy a dog. But I was scootering through my house at 2 o'clock in the morning to let a puppy out, fresh off surgery. But he was a good recovery dog, and I didn't do research on how energetic and wild Huskies are. So he ran away a few times in college, and I had to run through the woods of Athens, Ohio to find him. But now that he's older, he's calmed down. He actually loves cuddling. Before he didn't. And then Onyx, I got him from Facebook Marketplace. Someone posted him for free. And I was like, this is a good dog. Like, why is he free? And I didn't want him to fall in the wrong hands. So went and got him. And they told me we were his 6th family. Nobody could take care of him. The lady that said she just had too many dogs and couldn't afford it. So I said, all right, I'll take him. And he's been the best dog. Won't leave my side. I kind of feel bad leaving him at home for training camp, because I know he's going crazy right now. But he'll be up week 1 of the season, and it's going to be good having him here in the campground.
So last word to you, AJ. You've got an open mic to Ryderville. Anything you want to say to Ryder Nation and Ryder fans going into 2025?
Make sure you don't miss a single game, because you're going to want to remember every moment of this season. When we're celebrating at the end in November, downtown Regina, holding up after we tear apart their locker room, obviously, in Winnipeg.
They tried to do it here, but we get to do it there. Is that the idea?
Right. That's right.
All right, AJ, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you in training camp in week 1 when the season starts.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, and go Riders.